Hello, YouTube. Welcome to another. Oh, sorry. I took your.
Oh man, you
I'll
took
take
my
spotlight.
thunder.
Go ahead.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're live on the YouTube machine. This is Fake Idols blog. We got Mike Brennicky right there in the hat.
How you doing?
He's got a good microphone, so listen to him the whole time. We got Garrett Bruder right there with the Brad Keselowski flag in the background.
What's up?
That was your cue to say something. And then we got Colleen Bruder right there with nothing really in the background, but she's there.
Hello.
So sorry for taking a little time. I think we put it that we were going to get on here live at 10:30, but Mr. Good Microphone there had to get the good microphone working. So listen to him talk. So yeah, here we are. We're going to break down the first two episodes of Survivor. I personally didn't know that it was a 2-episode thing. I thought it was like a normal hour-and-a-half episode, but so we had Sierra get voted off in the first one, and then Tony got voted off in the second one. So for me, I'll start off. That was not a surprise. I actually picked Sierra to win for months and months and months. But then as I got to thinking, I was like, man, she's a big threat. I think these people are not going to be that stupid. They're going to realize that. And they did. And she got voted off first. What do you guys think?
I think you hit the nail on the head right there.
Yeah.
Good analysis. Good analysis.
Yeah, she started off way too, kind of like what she did last time. She started off way too strong, way too, hey, I'm going to just take control of this, and leadership always is bad when you, to a new tribe and all those people, so you don't want to emerge as a leader too quickly, because it gets you out.
I don't know if she was necessarily expressing leadership. She just decided.
Well, she was expressing, like, taking control of the tribe.
Yeah,
Usually, if you do that, you're going to be voted off almost.
She said, I think we should vote for this person, and then let's do it. And that was basically the end of that.
Yeah, I believe something like one of the big things we're going to be talking about is like the new generation of Survivor and how it's all these voting blocks, and like, and if you look at like past seasons, the general gist of like the first couple votes is just it almost comes down to the person who's talking the most, whoever's throwing down names first.
Right.
Usually is getting targeted right away then.
What was the Jeff Probst dropped the thing at the end of the episode? He said, this is a group think. Did anybody catch that?
Yeah.
I think he was trying to start a new terminology there. A group
cool.
think.
That's definitely a very Jeff Probst thing to do.
All right.
So, stuff after 500 episodes.
Yeah.
Sorry, where am I at? Okay. Whoa, technical difficulties. Where am I at? Okay, there's the screen. I don't know exactly what I'm doing here. I'm trying to read off my notes and try to figure out what I wrote down during the episode, but it's kind of a little scattered. So what else in that first episode surprised you guys? I think for me, the biggest thing that surprised me a little bit, Tony being a winner, he really came out swinging. Like he didn't stop from the time that they got on that island. Obviously with the spy, what do you call it? Spy.
The spy shack? No, the spy bunker.
Spy bunker.
Spy bunker.
Spy bunker. Yeah.
I saw that as editing really reaching for something there. Like,
well, especially then to get him his airtime since he was already gone. So he had to evolve his spy shack, kind of.
I think that was a unique idea. I mean, who else is going to go on the game of Survivor and think, I got to make a spy bunker? I got to, right next to the water well, too. I mean, if he's going to do it, I think he's got to do it a little bit away so it doesn't look obvious. I thought that was a little too out in the open.
Yeah, because he was just digging in the sand. I think that was all just for editing there because it was definitely not a good place to put a bunker, I don't think.
Yeah.
That was kind of weird. I had a big problem with the editing too in this episode. There was a lot of choppy edits, I feel like.
How so?
I was
What do you mean?
like when they were doing their when they get like interviewed off camera.
Oh, okay, like the cameo type of things?
Yeah, so I know this is jumping a little bit ahead, but especially in like episode 2, if you go back and watch the episode, there's a lot of moments where they'll be interviewing like Tony or Zeke or something that I noticed in particular, where their beards are clean shaven when they're doing their interview, but they're talking about something that's 3 days later. So obviously it's like an edit to make that what they're saying fit for something that they do later in the game.
Or was it? I mean, it seemed like a lot of the interviews were kind of generalized. It could have easily been questions they were asked before the game started.
I don't know. Maybe that was just me. It might have been me being weird and watching
It's completely possible.
dude beard growth and see how fast they can grow a beard on TV.
A little bit of jealousy.
I don't know. No, I
Good
mean,
one.
mine works. All right. Sorry for the people tuning in that this is kind of choppy, and normally we won't be as tired and worn out, but that 2 episodes got me all little
Discombobulated.
yeah, discombobulated. All right, so let's go back to the first episode. Let's talk more about Sierra, or let's start first about the initial getting off the boat and grabbing everything. What did you guys find anything funny with that? First episode,
I mean, of course, Ozzy's gonna go after it, and I just thought it was funny what Malcolm said, like, oh, well, of course Ozzy's gonna go. There's no chance we have to get it, so they didn't even try. I mean, I guess somebody tried. Did JT try eventually to try and get it? I don't know. Somebody tried, I thought. No, JT's on the
5 minutes too late.
No, it was the guy who was medevaced out.
Caleb.
Oh, Caleb. Yeah.
It was like way late. It was not even a chance.
That was cool, and then, of course, Ty's trying to save the chickens and
Yeah,
throw them in the water. He had to save his chickens. The chickens are like his babies, so.
we didn't really hear much from Ty yet this episode. I'm excited to see
I mean,
that.
the tribe's been winning, so.
Can I say something?
We'll focus as much on the winning tribes.
Yes.
I don't understand how, like, secret advantage that came out of the bag that Andrea got. How does she not, like, think to look? I mean, you're a game changer. You're in this game. All these twists and turns. Totally just grabs the bag and doesn't even look on the ground. Like, how do you miss that? I don't know. We were, like, all 3 of us were watching it together, and it's like, how do you miss that? And then it looked like it was a while until Sierra discovered it. So, to me, that was just kind of like, what? You can't miss that stuff.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, it all goes down to editing too on when she actually picked it up. But I don't know. I don't like the legacy advantage. It confuses me. I think I wrote it down here. It's she has to use it either 6th or 13th, or 13th and 6th.
I think it was a little different than what Ken's was, because Ken's was like until a certain amount of time. It wasn't like the 6th and the 13th or whatever it was.
Yeah, it was definitely different from the last time.
Yeah.
Last season's, I think you could use it up to the final 4 or the final 5 or something.
Yeah.
Final 5, I think. Final 5, yeah.
They probably realized it didn't really do anything. So
I know it might seem a little confusing, but it definitely, with the 13 and the 6, it adds a little bit of extra intrigue to it. Like, when is it going to be used? It doesn't, like, I don't know, it gives them 2 chances to use it, or gives her 2 chances to use it if she still has it come that point in the game. So I think they created a little bit of an element where you're sitting on the edge of your seat for that 13th or the 6th to see which one is she going to play it in. Like,
yeah.
Right.
Interesting. So I'm going to take a question here real fast. On the YouTube, there's a live chat portion, and one of our biggest fans, Justin G, asked, why aren't you on the show, Kevin? And just to answer that really fast, I applied, and LA has not called me yet. So when LA calls, I'll be on the show, Justin G from Bath, PA.
Nice.
All right.
Hi, Justin B.
So what's next? What else should we talk about here? This episode's not going to be as long as the other ones. Hopefully we could talk for a little bit more. I'm thinking maybe like 40 minutes or so, and have like more of a structured chat when we get back to the normal episode times. So on the blog site, I posted I didn't even tell you guys that I was going to post power rankings, because I didn't know I was going to post power rankings until about an hour before, when I had an hour free time and decided to type them up. So the fact that I got so my first person voted out was Sierra, which I got right, which
Props.
was originally my pick to win. So, I mean, you can call. I was getting called a cheater. Hi, Sash. You called me a cheater all day long, or all night long. because I said for months that she was going to win. I really thought she was going to win. She's a quiet player, but she obviously didn't play that this time around, I guess. But then I also said that Tony was going to be voted out too early on, just because I thought what he did. He came out too strong, and that got him voted out in the end. And everybody knows the kind of physical threat that he'd be later in the game. So I think it's really smart. But what about Sandra?
I think that was absolutely ridiculous to vote him out right away. When you're losing challenges right now, you can't be getting rid of the muscle. And I think Sandra would have been a better pick because she's also someone that you need to get rid of because she's running the show. And it kind of blew me away. And obviously, it seems like there was talk between the show, between Tribal Council and what we saw on TV, because then you see Tony voting out Aubrey, or putting his vote for Aubrey because he knows he's in trouble. When you watch the show, it seemed like he had the numbers to go for Sandra, and his best chance was the fact that they were splitting their votes too. That Sandra's group was splitting the votes, and then all of a sudden he's voting for Aubrey now instead. So it was like, it definitely seems like there's something going on in the background that we're not seeing, and he definitely seemed like he was worried, I guess, at that point. So he went for Aubrey instead.
Yeah, I must have missed the whole Aubrey thing there. I didn't follow that. I was kind of confused there when that happened.
Well, I guess it seems like
Sandra,
Aubrey is the right-hand man to... Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Mike.
Well, they talked about how Sandra and Tony were always going, or Aubrey and Tony were always going off on their own. So they definitely seemed like they were kind of together. So if they were going to get rid of one of them, or they were trying to if Tony had an idol because he's been running around, they were worried about that. So that's why they split the vote.
Yeah, that's right. It's going to be interesting. I think what I'm thinking too is it's crazy how much Sandra's playing early on here too. I thought she was going to just lay low a little bit, but she's playing hard.
Tony kind of
you can tell that's not her personality at all.
Yeah.
I mean, watching that's the second part of that episode. It really sucks that I'm not a big Tony fan, but it really sucks seeing him go because he was good for TV. Very outgoing. He was very talkative. He created a lot of drama. Plus, he was able to make everyone laugh. We're sitting there watching it tonight, and he's running off in the first 10 seconds of the episode.
As Malcolm said.
Yeah, I think that was a real stupid move by the Mana tribe to vote him off instead of Sandra.
Not to jump ahead, but look at the previews. They got really lucky. Apparently, they're switching up the tribes. It's like they kind of lucked out on their losing streak because that might save them, save some people.
They could have.
If they weren't to switch it up already, I think they definitely would have been in trouble as far as challenges go.
They could have even thought that too. Yes, it is early, but they've all played the game before. They could be like, oh, well, we're 0-2 up soon. So maybe they were like, oh, well, this could be helpful for us since Tony's a big threat. He can easily flop or all that kind of stuff. So
yeah, it's game.
I don't know. It could be anything.
But even though you kind of expect the unexpected, it's a little difficult, two votes in to a new season to expect a tribe switch or a merge, or even for Survivor, it's a bit new.
And did y'all see in the previews the green block or whatever they're jumping on? So I think we go to 3 tribes again. What do you feel about that, or how do you feel about that?
Yep, I actually was just talking about that tonight.
Must have missed that part.
Yeah, there was like a little green dock, so obviously they add another color, and it's always green when they add a color. So
usually, yeah.
So we're probably going to 3. I'm not a fan. I hate when they go to 3. I wish they would stop doing it.
It messes up the whole fantasy league.
Yeah. First of all, it messed up the whole fantasy league, which first world problems over here in the America of us trying to watch Survivor.
Always creating more problems for the creator there.
Yeah. But hopefully it won't be too long because there's still so many people in the game, and it's going to be that. But still, going to 3 tribes, it will be interesting to add that aspect to it. I think switching them up this early, I don't think it's really been done before too much.
No, definitely not this early.
Usually you're into it at least 4 or 5 vote offs.
Yeah, exactly. We'll see. And I mean, the fact that I couldn't believe that they did 2 episodes tonight. We already have 2 people off. There's so much to talk about that in itself.
Yeah.
What else do I got in my notes here? My notes were so much better last year. I gotta work on this if we're actually gonna do this. Hopefully people start watching too when we get popular. We're gonna get really popular. Everybody who's getting in on the ground level, welcome.
Yeah.
It's only gonna get bigger. One of my notes here is beard growth. So obviously so apparently that was a big moment for me. Oh, what else? I think the teams are relatively even though who's lost both challenges? Is it Nuku that's lost both?
Mana.
They both seem relatively even as far as like strength wise and everything. I noticed that. Like they're both.
I agree.
Matches came down to a really close match each time. There was no blowouts.
Because, I mean, like, the 2 weakest at this point are probably, like, maybe Suri and, I mean, Jeff definitely proved that he was weak after this challenge. So, clearly there's, like, one that's a lot weaker, and then you got the big guys. So, I would agree. I think they're pretty even.
He couldn't do anything at all. That was just, I mean, not to be mean, but that was rough a lot.
That was bad. Yeah.
Yep.
So who do you guys all think that's gonna win? Or are you allowed to disclose that information?
Yeah, sure.
I mean, we already got our picks in for a fantasy league. It's not
Yeah,
gonna
you can't change it at this point. Yeah, so
Yeah. Who wants to start then?
I'll go first. I mean, my pick was simply not because I think he's gonna win, but because I'm just a huge fan of him. That'd be Ozzy. I think he's an amazing player and he deserves to win. He almost had it in South Pacific, and he had that insane streak of surviving on the Redemption Island. So I'd really love to see him win it.
There.
Who you got, Garrett?
Well, I guess you could say he's not exactly a fan favorite, but he's not exactly a dark horse. I got Zeke. I mean, I was a bit cautious of him last season, but watching him play last season towards the end of his time on the island, he definitely became one of the favorites in my eyes.
Yeah.
And he's not a favorite. I'll admit that, but he definitely has a chance. I mean, if he plays his cards right and he doesn't stick out too much, he definitely has the social game and the likability to make a deep run. And I think he's got a great chance to convince a jury at the end.
I agree with that. I like that pick.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Zeke's pretty awesome.
He also seems like he's gonna be staying under the radar, and that seems like a big one. This since everybody's a target almost.
It helps that nobody knows his game, like you said. So.
Well, yeah, that too. It's like it's crazy to me that those 2 players, him and Michaela, it's like no one. I'd love to know what they know going because they filmed this season after that one. So
Right.
I'd love to know what they know. They have to know. Like the producer had to tell them like something or show them something from that season. Because if you're going in blind, not knowing how a player plays, and they got invited to a game changer season right after they just shot, like obviously it's for it makes sense to include them to continue like their journey or whatever. They always do that when they do seasons like this.
Right.
But to me, if I was playing, I would not want to play with them because I don't know why they're on this season. Like they could have just won last season. You know what I mean? Like they could have like made
That
like
or better get rid of him right away. If you're worried
Yeah.
about it, That'd be a target. That'd be a good reason to be a target because the unknown. Someone said that in the show too. The unknown.
Yeah, it's interesting, but they seem to all be getting along with them. Like I'd love to hear like what they shared about their game. I know they're never going to air that, but
Well, I mean, Michaela's a little bit of a different story with everyone getting along. She's definitely caused a little bit of a rift to start this season, and her facial expressions are priceless.
they're pretty great.
What's everyone's opinion on Debbie Weiner? after
Red and PA.
I'm just rooting for her because she's from Pennsylvania, but
Red and PA.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm not a big fan. I think she's too much of a know-it-all.
Well, it seems like she's not coming off that way so far the show. Like, you know how she started last time she was on, she just kind of ran it. She kind of said it to the camera, but not really to everyone else. Hopefully
She's been more in the background.
Yeah. I just hope she keeps her mouth quiet more and just kind of plays the game a little bit more quietly.
Right.
Yeah, I think we'll see more from that tribe too in the next episode. I think they'll really play to that because obviously we learned a lot from the one tribe that kept losing. I don't know their name. I don't know their names. I normally don't know the tribe names until like.
I got
Luca
them up on
and
my screen
Mana.
right now. Yeah, I have them up on my screen right now. If you look at my screen.
At least I hope they don't change them because they're easy. Like I can actually pronounce them. That's my problem.
Look at my screen.
I call them the blue tribe and the red tribe right now.
Yeah, you got Nuku. And
Is it red though? It looks more orange.
Orange
I think
tribe.
orange. It's orange and blue, I think.
Yeah, it's orange and blue. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can zoom in a little bit. Get that better view.
Colleen, did you say your pick? Who was your pick?
I did not. We got off topic a little bit.
That's
But,
the beauty of podcasting or video logging.
Yeah. Mine's kind of, I went back and forth a lot. Overthinking everything is what I do. So I ended up picking Sierra Dawn Thomas, as Garrett calls her, Sierra Mist.
I need to differentiate.
Yes, but now the other Sierra's gone. But I really liked the first time she played. I'm one who values loyalty and like just sticking with an alliance the whole time. That's why I really liked Ken last season. And last time she played, she was really straight shooter. She just kept with the same alliance, was real loyal to her people. I think she made a couple like moves that she was in, like she was included in a couple blindsides, but she got blindsided herself. So, I mean, if she can become a little bit more ruthless and a little bit more like daring with her stuff, I think she's one to look out for. She'll fly under the radar and then she'll pounce at the last second, I think. So, I don't know. And she's like a sporty girl like me, so I like her. I typically don't pick women for this kind of stuff, but a lot of the all-stars and the heroes versus villains, a lot of them have been women, so I'm thinking a woman might take this one, but
Yep, that goes along with my pick. I picked Sarah, as I kind of stated before. I think she's got she's gonna be strong in challenges, which is one. Well, she's not gonna be one I think to kind of go too crazy and like she's gonna make big moves, but she's not gonna be like the leader of it. Like she'll kind of be in the background, and I think people will see that. What else did I write about her? Oh, she said something about like playing the opposite of how she played last time, which I thought was pretty cool. She like last time she played like she was a cop, and this time she's gonna play as a criminal. So
yeah, that was smart.
I think she just seems like the player that would win this kind of season. So that's what you get for watching it for 34 seasons, I guess, or I missed a couple. Let's see. Do we got any more questions from the big fans? We got 4 viewers.
Look at us. Nice.
3 viewers. I have an idea who some of them are.
I can't see what they are.
I know one big thing I noticed too is none of these picks, usually the first couple picks are usually just strategically based off of the physical challenges. If someone's struggling, like we saw Jeff Barner, he was struggling on that second challenge, and he could have easily been a pick, but he wasn't even talked about. No one even said anything, and the camera even focused on him and how he struggled, and that seems pretty. I think that's probably mostly because everyone's returning. If this was these are all new players, it probably would have easily been a physical pick.
Yeah,
not a strategic pick.
Because I think they all go in. They all have to go in with the mindset of knowing how people play and who they want to continue on with, and I think that kind of showed tonight. I think I kind of stated this in my power rankings too in my post that I think it's going to be a season where we always talk about getting the big players out, but I really think that people are going to get the quote unquote big players out, the Ozzy, the Malcolm, Sandra. I just don't see them going that far because I think everybody's really smart, and You're going to get your Sarah, Michaela, Aubrey. They'll come up with a plan and get them out early.
Yep.
I mean, JT confuses me. I couldn't figure out where to put him. I can't decide if he's going to go far or be the next one off.
See, the first time he played, he was really good, and everybody seemed to like him and kind of did things when he needed to. He was pretty good at challenges, and then when he played with all the heroes and the villains, it was just like, what is this guy doing? Like, what happened? Why? Kind of thing, like you just said. Like, he's kind of wishy-washy in how he's playing, so it's kind of hard to read him. So.
Yeah, I think JT kind of was in that. He's kind of unique where he was in that kind of that middle spot where Survivor was evolving, and like his first season was still very much alliance based, and just the lines stuck together all the way through. And then he went to that Heroes vs. Villains a couple seasons later, and that was when like you started seeing more voting blocks and more of these just quickly switching around and blindsides.
Yeah, that's true.
So it is pretty hard to see. I agree. It's hard to categorize him.
All right. You guys got anything else?
How about Caleb's and almost hurting himself again on the rocks?
Caleb.
Oh my gosh. Poor Caleb.
My favorite was when he was digging in the sand and Probst goes, this is the challenge. Last time he did this challenge, he got taken out on. And I was like, shoot, man.
Way to jinx the poor guy.
At least they were right next to the ocean this time, so they could run him down there.
Hope it doesn't happen again. How would that be if it happened again? Be like, man, he can't dig in the sand. I was saying too, I was like, man, Tony should be good at this challenge. He just dug a spy bunker or whatever in the sand. Oh, good stuff. All right. Well, I think we did a solid first episode by having no plan going into it and just rambling on.
Yeah.
We kept a solid we have one viewer left, so I think before we lose our last viewer, we should say yeah, it's probably I mean, I have it streaming on my
I have it running up
here. That's why I keep looking up because I just like to look at myself, I guess, in the screen.
Yeah, I have it on my second monitor to see what was going on, see the chat room and everything.
So I'll finish it off by saying we'll get some posts up on the blog site. It's fakeidols.wordpress.com.
Yep.
Maybe one day we'll pay for the site and I'll have my own domain for it. We'll see what happens.
Shout out to my YouTube channel.
Shout out to your YouTube channel, which I don't know what it is, but I support that. Shout out to Carl Edwards, who retired.
Woo! Yeah, Carl.
I think I'm gonna put a post into for art of this channel into onto my YouTube. See if I can get some more views.
There you go.
Solid.
Yeah, this is for people the one viewer that's watching and everybody who tuned in and who's going to watch later on. This is very grassroots. We're just starting out, so one day we'll make it big. I hope.
You gotta keep it up. It's about consistency.
That'd be awesome. Yeah.
It'd be cool.
Season.
Keep up with the blog, keep up with this, and we'll be solid in no time.
We'll be doing it. We'll probably shoot for like 9:20 or so each time, and probably talk for like 40 minutes or so till 10 o'clock, and then it's all bedtime. So
Sounds good.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, that works.
all right, I'm gonna try to write some blog posts this week, maybe some breakdowns, some whatever. We'll do some fantasy, or we'll do some, what do you call those things? Power rankings.
Just do a poll on the website. That'd be fun.
I'm down to do whatever. So thanks everybody for watching, and that's it. We'll see you next time.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yep.
Sounds
See
good.
y'all.
Bye, guys.
See you guys.